Some of you might feel like studied from past 3-4 months a lot, and the confidence that you have gained is a lot. And now, especially in this last week, the coming week is exam. Now you're feeling like you didn't remember anything. You're unable to recollect whatever you read. And gradually you feel like your confidence is coming down. This is not something exclusive for you. This is common for everyone. Not just you. Suppose if you suddenly come and ask me a question in audit, because I'm an audit faculty, or even if you ask me an income tax CA intern, if you ask me suddenly a question, like if you question me, do you remember entire your income tax? Do you remember entire the audit that you're teaching to the students? My answer is straight no. Honestly, I'm admitting you. I don't remember entire content, obviously. Look, you are feeling probably this kind after seeing this mock test paper or after seeing this revision test paper, probably after doing all that. But remember, when you're writing the exam, your mindset is altogether different. You are topmost alert when you're writing the exam, and moreover, day before exam also, generally the day before exam, 1.5 day. Now, of course, for the coming May 24, for audit students, 3 days gap is there. So whatever the 2-3 days gap is there, day before exam, the level at which, the intensity with which you revise, that's altogether different from the revision that you did earlier. Whatever revision you did, like probably some of you might have felt after looking at the MTP, after reading these questions, you are not able to recollect whatever concepts you studied. But after looking at the suggested answers, you felt, okay, this is something I read, but I'm not able to recollect. Immediately, what you will conclude? Immediately, you will feel like, I'm not remembering anything. But actually, tell me, don't compare this situation with the exam day situation. Why? I'll tell you the difference. Before solving MTP, the 1.5 day, 2 days time gap, have you studied the entire subject, like have you revised it? Have you revised it day before exam? With what level of intensity you revise day before exam? With the same level of intensity before solving an MTP, before solving an RTP, have you done that revision? No. You casually opened the MTP. Whatever you read the subject, I agree. You read the subject, you revised it once or twice, fine. But you casually opened the MTP without an intense revision. Remember, without doing an intense revision, you casually looking at the MTP and questions or RTP and questions and doubting your ability that you are not remembering anything. But the day before exam, what you do actually, 18 hours approximately, your mind is in very high alert mode. You are reading each and every concept like, the work that you are doing is with lots of intensity. That you can't compare with this. So some of you might have really felt that you didn't remember anything. It's common phenomena. And of course, you didn't remember. Honestly, I'm telling you, you didn't remember. You're not able to recollect because that 1.5 day before exam, 2 days before exam, the war that you do, right, to read the entire subject within that time productively, you do it now and then go back and see the MTP. The picture is different. Whereas if you, without doing that level of intense revision, that 1.5 2 days intense revision, without doing that, if you read an MTP or RTP, or if some of your friend come and ask you, do you remember the entire content? Or if you yourself doubting yourself, do I remember entire content? Obviously, the answer is no. Definitely no, because you have never done an intense revision. Even though now probably you might be doing some first revision or second revision, or some of you might be doing third revision. That can never match with the intensity of the revision that you're doing day before exam. So ignore all these doubts, self-doubting and all, ignore all this. Be happy. Just question one thing. Whatever subject and whatever syllabus that you have you understood it? Have you analyzed it properly? Do you have an exposure to at least 3/4 of the entire subject? Just to question this. If the answer is yes, be cool. Day before exam, 2 days time you have, right? Like 2-3 days, or even if it is 1.5 day, whatever it is. At that time, the intense revision that you're doing, right, that is what ultimately saving you in the exam. Because if you ask me the day before exam, whatever you're doing, right, that weighs approximately 70% of your success rate. 70%, especially for subjects like audit, law, where completely it is not just analytical based, but also memory based. Even income tax for the matter. Getting it? So I just want to give you this information. So don't worry if at all you're not able to recollect whatever subject. Just understand, just to recollect. Have you learned the subject or not? Just that alone you recollect. Forget about the memory part. So the memory automatically functions. Your memory will be so active. Our brain functions much more better in retrieving information. Like I asked you this, I told you, right? If you ask me, do I remember an entire audit subject? Obviously, I will say straight away, honestly, I admit, no. But if you ask me a question in audit, I will to some extent manage an answer. But if you give me 1.5 day time, and day after tomorrow, if you put an exam for me on audit, any corner of the question you ask, this 1.5 day, I do an intense revision. Just like you, I will sit and do revise entire book. I study, I observe, getting it. And day after tomorrow, if you ask me, I can answer everything. Again, once I answer everything, once a week or 10 days passed on, I forget everything. Getting it. But logics and all I remember, analytical part I remember, if at all you're asking any logical question, I can definitely answer. MCQs and all I can definitely answer. But descriptive answers definitely require an intense revision before going for an exam. This is common not only in CA, even in CMA or even in UPSC. UPSC students also before exam and all, they struggle like anything. You don't know. Getting it. In every exam, IIT, JEE, in every exam, this is common. This is a common phenomenon. So don't self-doubt yourself. Okay, do well, all the very best.